I'm Claudia Weill, and I'm the director of Girlfriends. I think when I discovered film, I was an undergraduate, and I was majoring in European history and lit. I was a painter, and the solitude of painting was really hard for me. I got a job on a film set through a friend of my uncle, just a summer job, an intern. And all of a sudden, I found myself using my right brain, left brain. Eventually, when I started making my own films, I had to use all of myself in a way that really hadn't happened before. The choice to go into documentary was because documentary was a way to explore the world. It was a way to go places you didn't normally go. It was like a passport. I've always loved shooting. You know, I feel that with a camera on my shoulder, I can let you see what I see. It was just an amazing thing to be a young woman just graduating from college, being able to explore the world in that way. I'd spent 10 years following people around with my camera, and eventually got to the point where I was waiting for them to say what I thought they were going to say. And then spending months in the editing room trying to manipulate all this footage to tell a story. And in documentary, the script is the last thing. The final cut is your script. And I thought, you know, I'd like to start with a script. I'd like to start with a story and then figure out how to tell that rather than discovering the story in the process of shooting and editing. So that's when I applied to the AFI. They had $10,000 filmmaker grants. I got one. And with that, I was able to take a part of that money and hire Vicky Polan, who's a friend of mine, to write the screenplay. And that was the beginning of Girlfriends.
We'll paint the walls green.
No, red.
Red?
Oh, yeah, it'll be fabulous, trust me.
Okay.
It was a story about two young women who were best friends, who were rooming together and had just rented a new apartment when one tells the other that she's getting married. And so Susan is left alone.
How can you get married? I mean, you don't even know him. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Well, how can you be sure when you're so unsure?
I don't know, but I am.
As I grew up in the 50s and early 60s and so forth, there was always the lead girl who was pretty and smart and pert and so forth, and beautiful figure and perfectly dressed, and then there was the sidekick, the best friend. And she was always kind of a little more ethnic, maybe Jewish, usually a little more overweight, maybe underweight, not as conventionally pretty. It was her personality that was interesting. Often she was funny. And this was like the Rhoda character in Mary Tyler Moore, but there's a whole lineage of Rhodas. I guess I wanted to make that person the protagonist, because the person who doesn't get married right away, the person who's not living the dream life, the person who's having to create a life for themselves, I wanted to see somebody like me in a movie. So in that sense, Girlfriends is autobiographical, not so much in the incidents.